Take two, everybody. Hey, Paul, you want to know the primary difference between you and me?
Well, yes, I do, Brad.
Check this baby out.
So, uh, is that grass seed?
It is grass seed. This, my friends, is what $100 of grass seed looks like.
Yeah. So the difference between me and you is like almost 20 years is what I'm hearing, because that's something I would have done a long time ago. And we went on a little walk this morning and we're looking at all these stupid McMansions in the neighborhood we used to live in. And I thought and said, I'm glad we don't do this anymore.
Yeah, well, I definitely don't live in a McMansion. My humble ranch.
No,
But,
I didn't mean. Sorry, I didn't mean.
No.
to
I know. But here's you get to a point in your life where you're like, hey, if I'm gonna do something, let's get the good stuff. And so,
wow, you went with the apple of grass.
I went with the variety. So, not that anybody cares, but they're gonna get an education here. So I've always just enjoyed cutting grass like as a kid. There's nothing to do with that. However, if you go to like Home Depot and you grab the bag of Scott's grass seed that's right there, that stuff is not good. Not for like it won't grow grass, that it contains a certain percentage of seeds that are weeds.
Oh,
yeah.
Why? Like by design?
No, just on that. Like they don't.
Oh,
it's just not. I don't know how they get rid of all the weed seeds. But like when you throw that stuff down, some small percentage, but when you're talking like thousands of seeds, it doesn't need to be a big percentage and you'll get legitimate weeds growing from it.
Yep.
This bad boy, this stuff, 100% guaranteed, no weed, no mixtures, no nothing. It's just pure grass. It's what they use on like sod farms.
Yeah.
This is
nice.
This is tall
I don't know what to say
for anybody who's like super curious. There's no bluegrass. I'm trying to get rid of the bluegrass that I have, the Kentucky bluegrass that's in my yard, because that stuff just dies in the summer heat here. So,
which is ironic because you would think something with the name Kentucky in it would be great in the heat.
I'm sure it can probably be kept alive with enough water or whatever. But this is supposed to be like drought tolerant, disease tolerant, whatever. It's the good stuff.
You just came up recently, and and it was complimentary. I'm not, but it was also this contrasty kind of a thing. It was like I guess it was something similar to this morning's walk, actually, right? Because it was my wife. I just said something like, I really respect the fact that you have not just the know-it-all or the whatever it is, the knowledge to do the kind of work that you do around in and outside of your house, but that you're still young enough that you like want to do that and you're good at it, right? It's nice. And it is just not the way I like want to spend my time anymore. I was never good at it. But I did, like you said, I used to love mowing the lawn. I mean, I just, the whole thing, but it just, after a couple of decades of it, you're like, yeah, I think I'm done with this,
Well, we're planting trees here, but literal grass seed that hopefully... The coolest thing about this, if there is such a cool thing, is this stuff should spread. So, like, it's supposed to be like a spreading fescue, which is not typical of fescue seed.
Wow.
Yeah, they go deep on the grass seed germination and cultivation. It's a whole...
Oh, boy. What, next show, you'll have like one of those like wheat blades or whatever that's called.
The thing is I have I want to own a farm, but I don't want to work on a farm. Sort of thing. Like, I think you would probably agree with this in some capacity. I just want to drive the freaking tractor. That's all I want to do. I don't want to milk a cow. I don't want to shuck corn.
I don't mind that it occurs on the property.
Yeah.
In fact, yeah.
Like, I just want to drive a tractor around and just drive a tractor. Just same reason I want to drive a Bobcat.
Whatever's happening,
I keep telling my wife that if I can't buy a Porsche, I'm buying a Bobcat. Like, I just... right? Like...
yeah, okay.
Like, I want to dig a hole. You have a Bobcat. It's real easy to dig a hole.
I don't have any aspirations along these lines. I can tell you some of the things I don't want is to never like be one of those old guys driving around on like a motorcycle tricycle,
Oh yeah.
Like if I can't actually hold the damn thing up, I'm not riding it, Like I think that's the end of that. I don't know,
No,
Circle of Life, you turn into like a drooling baby again, and you have to go around on a tricycle, like one of those little activity center things, you know?
we're gonna get some
That's how you're
emails
gonna
from
end up.
people who have these, and they're like, "But they're so nice." It's like,
They
yeah,
know
I
what
get
they're
it.
doing. Just don't, come on.
Like,
It we can't pretend that they don't know.
do you think this is gonna
Just
cause?
saying, you have to know what it looks like.
Do you, Paul? This is terrible.
Mhm.
But this is how my brain works. Do
Yeah.
you think that the people who sell tricycles sell that information to the rascal scooter companies?
And then they go like flash forward 50 years and they start sending out mailers.
Yeah, they're like, look, this
And they're
guy
like,
bought a
listen,
tricycle. He is
you want the
rascal
wind
scooter.
between the whatever hair you have left on that bald pate of a head, and but you don't want to fall over because, like if you trip up the stairs, you're going to be in the hospital for 2 weeks. Like you don't want to fall off a motorcycle. So yeah, my problem with it actually is that it sort of reminds me of the original Miata, or probably all Miatas, where they're so low to the ground you can't see them. So it's actually dangerous on multiple levels to be in one of these things because they're just so low. So of course the solution is to put a stupid little flag on the back like you do with a kid on a tricycle. It's perfect.
We had one of those flags on our go-kart growing up.
Yep.
A big orange, little flag with an orange thing on the top, and
Oh yeah. Yep. Just let the neighbors know the special kid is out. Be careful. Jeez, it looks like. I'm sorry. I'm just a bully by nature. Don't mind me.
anyways, it is Monday. Tomorrow's Microsoft earnings.
Yeah.
So,
Yep. Yep. Every day last week, every day the week before, and today I'm doing this. I just want to get caught up with stuff. I want to get going here. I want to get ahead of everything I got on my to-do list. And I already know that even though I know it's coming, and I probably should, and maybe I will now, make a calendar reminder whenever that occurs tomorrow at 5 o'clock, whatever. I will be in the middle of something, and it will hit me like a bag of bricks in the face. For some reason, Microsoft's earnings are always like, oh yes, damn it, this is so much to look at there. But like I said last week, I think they're going to be doing okay.
yeah, I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, that's my guess.
Xbox will be interesting for various reasons. Surface, same reason.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see much from Surface, and then Xbox, we did the math before and it's panned out. They get whatever they get from Activision Blizzard and it's fine. But, caught the hardware sales.
No, there's no way the hardware sales have improved.
No, no, if anything, they might have disappeared. I don't, we'll see what they say, but
yeah, there was
I don't
nothing
think they're
driving
doing
that
themselves
demand.
any favors. Yeah.
So I guess the one thing, I don't know if the problem, and we both know they won't give us enough detailed information to make this possible. They did release a big title. What is Hellblade 2? So there could be possible Game Pass subscription
It's
growth.
a pretty good game, by the way. I've actually been playing that. It's one of the 5 or whatever games I've been futzing around in, but it is good. It's good. It's a weird it's a game about mental health, and then you go kill people. But yeah, it's very strange. But I don't know. Is one game like that enough to drive a quarter for Xbox?
I don't know.
The thing that bugs me about this is like someone, Phil Spencer, I guess, and his team sold Xbox as a business on Satya Nadella. Satya's not a stupid guy. He saw the future, the possibilities there. They did their whole online service cloud stuff. Hasn't amounted to a lot. And then they made this incredible historic bet on Activision Blizzard. And I don't know. I'm just saying, as a fan, literally as a gamer, I guess, as a whatever I am, my Xbox guy from almost 20 years now, or over 20 years, whatever it is. What are they doing? Like, it doesn't seem like it's going anywhere.
Well, the promise of, hey, we're going to ship, or what we expected, one blockbuster title per quarter was what is probably what they sold, right? It's like, look, if we get all this stuff, if we drop one blockbuster game a quarter, we need X amount of studios, and that just, they've got the studios, but they're not hitting the cadence.
Yeah, one a quarter sounds good. Especially if you compare it to what was the cadence before, one blockbuster game every once in a while, or one sort of blockbuster game every once in a while, or one underperforming new entry in a series that has done pretty well over the years, but maybe isn't what it used to be. I mean, like I don't know what is Halo, Forza, Gears a little bit, and then I guess flight sim again. I mean, is that what we have? Is that like, the in-house stuff? Like there is not much more. Am I missing something? I know. I think
Yeah,
that's
you
about it,
get
right?
typically we get like some sort of flavor. Forza, we've gotten
Yeah.
that one's in there. We've gotten a Halo, but that was
Lackluster.
Starfield, which was
They're
okay.
doing another Gears. They're going back to the well with that one.
Yep.
Gears is playing out like Call of Duty. It's like the new stuff isn't really resonating. So let's bring back the original characters. It's like going back to World War II for them, I guess.
Yeah,
Um,
I would contend pretty heavily that the thing that really transformed Call of Duty recently was actually Warzone, which wasn't a traditional Call of Duty
yep.
experience, right?
Yep. Yeah, they expanded it. They
Yep.
expanded the audience.
Yep.
And yeah, no, I agree with that. I mean, there's obviously a loyal base of people who just kind of play that game.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be one of them for like 20 years. And but yeah, you want to, yeah, you want to grow. So yeah, I mean, I think Warzone accomplished something. They had that little bump with zombies. Like zombies was kind of a fun thing, but they didn't always do it. And but yeah, I think Warzone. Yeah, I don't know what the numbers are, and also mobile. By the way, mobile's done really well somehow. So I guess they've done a pretty good job with it. But man, the core series, whew, it's like the Star Wars movies. It's like
Mm-hmm.
we make the same movie again.
Yeah, I mean, how many times can you save the world? I mean, let's.
Yeah, we watched the recent Planet of the Apes movie last night. Right, this is gorgeous. Like it's a beautiful, really well made movie. It is a constant. We call this fan service now, but it is a constant series of references to the series of movies that came before it, but especially to the first movie. There are like the original 1967 or whatever year that was, Charlton Heston movie. Like there are very clear visual references to that movie. And, I get it, but I think this is like entertainment in general is just like this now. It's like, it's this constant, like, remember how this made you feel really good when you first saw it? We're going to do it again. And it's
Yeah.
like, is it nothing? We don't have anything new. That's too bad. It's a beautiful movie though. It's worth
Mm-hmm.
seeing regardless, but
Well, we'll see what happens tomorrow because they got to do it. They got to tell
yep.
us.
I'll break out the calculator.
With this
A lot of
spreadsheet.
math. I hate this time of year.
I thought about labeling this episode "Spreading My Seed," but that's probably not.